Welcome back to Morning Joe. New just this morning, ISIS has released a new propaganda video that appears to warn of attacks against American forces. The Hollywood-style ISIS video titled Flames of War features slow-motion explosion, clips of attacks previously carried out against U.S. forces. There's also text that claims, quote, fighting has just begun. The warning comes as lawmakers prepare to debate the president's plan of attack in just a few hours now. A vote could take place today, but there are new questions about the mission's direction. Joint Chiefs Chairman General Martin Dempsey raised eyebrows at a Senate hearing by suggesting the possibility that ground troops could be introduced, contradicting what President Obama has said repeatedly.
My view at this point is that this coalition is the appropriate way forward. I believe that will prove true. But if it fails to be true, and if there are threats to the United States, then I, of course, would go back to the president and make a recommendation that may include the use of U.S. military ground forces.
So a couple hours after that, White House Press Secretary Josh Earnest said the policy has not changed, and General Dempsey was referring to a, quote, hypothetical scenario. The Pentagon says Dempsey's comments could, quote, speak for themselves. NBC News has learned President Obama and other officials are making a series of calls to lawmakers about the plan to arm Syrian rebels. Party leaders are optimistic, but many rank-and-file members are undecided. That includes a large number of Democratic lawmakers, including Democratic Senator Joe Manchin.
Only thing that I know that we're short of is that training and those weapons will probably be used against us at some time in the future. If everything that's happened in the past, we took out Saddam, we thought that would change. Iraq's in worse shape. We've taken out Gaddafi, we thought that would change. It got so bad in Libya, we've had to pull out our own embassy and our people in our embassy. I'm not supporting any way, shape, or form Assad. I think he should be gone. But as long as he's able to remain there, he's fighting the same people that we're asking the people to train to fight, that we're going to spend $500 million. Makes no sense to me, and I can't sell it. I've tried on my, you can't sell this stuff.
Senator Joe Manchin there. Meanwhile, this video allegedly shows the wreckage of a Syrian warplane shot down by Islamic State militants. NBC has confirmed ISIS released the video, but still working to verify that it is the same plane. And a man from Rochester, New York, is now facing charges after being indicted for allegedly trying to support ISIS. Authorities say he also tried to kill members of the U.S. military returning home from Iraq.
Wow.
So against that backdrop, joining us now from Capitol Hill, Republican Senator Jeff Flake of Arizona, who serves on the Foreign Relations Committee. Senator Flake, it's good to have you with us on an important day this morning. What's your take about all this? There's a lot for the American people to digest right now. In terms of the vote coming up about authorization of force, where do you stand?
Right. Well, let me just first say, obviously, there are no good options there. And I hear my colleagues and the concerns that they're expressing. I think all of us share some of those. But we have no good options, and I'm anxious to hear what John Kerry has to say before our committee today. But I'm inclined to support the president's plan.
What do you know about the Syrian army that we're hoping to be able to prop up to do this work for us? Is there anything that makes you feel confident that this could work?
Well, this is going to be a tough job. I mean, obviously, it's been revealed that we already have actions in that regard, trying to prep some fighters. This will expand that effort. Like I said, there are no good options. This is going to be a long haul. It's going to be a tough thing, but I don't know that it's not our best option out there right now. So I'm inclined to support it.
John Meacham.
Senator, where do you stand on what appears to be, if not a difference of opinion, at least a difference in terms of discussing options between General Dempsey and the White House?
I think anybody who studied this situation at any depth realizes that you can't take boots on the ground or ground forces off the table, and I think General Dempsey was simply expressing that. So, I mean, the president may not want to admit it publicly, but obviously they've considered and that is an option, and we may likely get to that. So I don't think it was any surprise to anybody who's been following the situation.
You know, we had a conversation earlier with Jane Harman and Dan Senor, and Jane Harman was saying that there can be boots on the ground, just not ours. And Dan Senor raised the point, well, how can you trust who you're working with here? How does that work? How do we keep our interests in play if it's not our boots that are on the ground?
Well, we have to some extent some boots on the ground already. They just aren't on the front lines. and whether there are other coalition partners that are willing to put boots closer to the front line is another matter. But I think they have to be assured that we're going to back them up. And most of all, they've got to be assured that we're in this, and we're in this to win this. And I think the signals that have been sent over the past couple of years have not been good in that regard. So it's going to be more difficult to put together a coalition that will actually fight than it would have been a couple of years ago.
All right, Senator Jeff Flake, thank you so much. We look forward to hear what happens later today, especially. Still ahead, she has her sights on climbing one of the world's tallest mountains. That would be a tall order for most people, but nearly an impossible one for Rebecca Alexander, the sister of our own Peter Alexander. She joins us with her incredible story. Up next, as Wall Street soars, are millennials getting left behind, and what are they not doing? The Washington Post's Catherine Rampell will explain next. All that and more when Morning Joe continues.